Now, as you're getting ready for the kids to head off to college, there's an increase on scams targeting students. To tell us more, we're joined by Nakia Mills with the Better Business Bureau. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Ooh, I feel like oftentimes we're talking about seniors being taken advantage of. Students is a different angle and a bit of a twist here. So college starting for many, and it sounds like the scams are ramping up as well. What do we need to keep an eye out for?
Right. These scammers, remember, they're like marketers. They have a calendar, so they know the next thing that's happening. And with students right now, they're starting to look like, where am I going to live this year? You know, things like that. One of the big complaints, and I guess I'll say complaints and scams we're seeing, one is credit cards. Be very careful. This is your first time out. As soon as you get away from home, these people turn 18, you start getting all these solicitations. Not only do some have unfair practices, some aren't real cards at all. They just are trying to get these students to fill out information. This is fresh new credit for ID theft. So you give all this information, then there's really no credit card. So we really want students to be careful. Really, if you get a solicited credit card offer, just try to avoid that. We recommend, if a student wants to get their first credit card, sit with your parents or at least do your own research and seek it out yourself instead of, you know, just answering some solicitation that might not even be real.
I remember, and I got lucky here apparently, but my first one was a solicitation in our dorm hall. They actually had one in each new student's mailbox. So.
They get us young, right?
Yes, they do. Yes, they
yeah.
do. Okay, so scams can come that way. I imagine they can come by phone, come by email, social media.
Yes, and another big one right now, apartment shopping. Some people are still looking last minute.
In places
for that
like Ann
apartment.
Arbor,
Yes.
You take what you can find the moment you can find it.
But that's where we have to be careful, because what's happening is, especially via text message, and some people still look at Craigslist and social media, students are finding these great apartments, great price, great location, but then they discover they're giving deposits via like Cash App and things of that nature. Once they give the deposit and then they go to really look at this place, they discover it didn't even exist and no one's there to meet them.
Okay, is that the most common one the BBB is seeing right now? Rentals and fake deposits?
Well, it's a pretty even, but then overall the most common are going to be the main ones targeting young adults, because remember that young adults are more susceptible to scams than we realized. So watch out still for online shopping scams, especially when it comes through text or social media. Those are number one. They're very big in the top 3 for young adults. And also employment scams. We've talked about that before. Just be very careful, do your research before you give up information to an employer, because it could be a scam.
Absolutely. All right, where can people head if they want a little bit more info?
For this particular, go to bbb.org/YA for young adults.
All right, Nakia Mills, thanks so much.
Thank you.